Hello, Aries fam. Happy, what month am I doing? September. Happy September. Um, hmm. So things aren't as fun anymore now that Leo season has left us, and we are in Virgo season, and like all of the planets are in Virgo season. So time for work and time for paying attention to your health, time for getting your routine down, and it's hard to come down from the Leo high, right? The Leo season high, because it's almost as if it's like one big party, and then as soon as the party's over, you gotta go to work the next day. That's exactly what it feels like. So let's see what's going on. I'm gonna do this a little differently. I'm just gonna do, whatever the cards want to do. Oh. Okay, so I see some of you guys are coming out of a conflict, possibly heartbreak. I'm gonna get more cards on this. Just one card at a time, please. Deep breaths, Aries, deep breaths. Yeah, so it's been nice though, because with Virgo season, we get to prioritize, or not prioritize, we get to, I guess prioritize is the right word, but you're really aware of your physical reality more so than the emotional one this time around, right? Because Leo season was all about fire and passion, and now that it's down to the nitty gritty, it's like we have to really look at things for the way that they are and really take them at face value. And your intuition is really powerful this month. Oh, is really powerful this month. I can get a whole sentence out. But I do see a battle between your intuition and your mind, but I also see you trying to rationalize it. Rationalize, that was the word I was looking for earlier. Okay. We're just going to get a story of what's going to happen this month. But, not everything's set in stone, so we're just going to go with it. Ooh, Wheel of Fortune. I'll take it. I'm really trying to separate my personal life from this reading, but it's really hard because I'm also an Aries, and I just see it, and it's like, I don't know if I want that. When did that happen? Okay, one more card, and we'll talk about it all. Because when I'm talking and the cards fall out, I just get really distracted. All right. So, coming out of a heartbreak, coming out of conflict. So it could be conflict with another person, or conflict within yourselves, or both. But I do see you kind of regaining your power a lot faster than you used to. So if you guys had just come out of something that really hurt you, you are able to recoup a lot quicker this month. Because deep down, and because of all your experiences, you know that this is something that you need to cut out because you want something else or something better, right? You have the Six of Cups, the Queen of Swords in reverse, and then the Wheel of Fortune. That's what I was like, ooh, earlier. So coming from this, using your intuition to guide you out of that, because you know what you deserve is the Six of Cups. You know what you deserve is something more innocent, more healing, easy. This could also indicate, though, that this is an old lifetime kind of connection that you're trying to cut out, and it will change your reality for the better. So if this is a person, if this is like a soulmate or whatever, I really don't like that word, but if this is someone that you were involved with, that you had a really, really deep connection with, and you had to all of a sudden let them go, know that it is for your highest benefit, even if it hurts right now. But I think y'all know that because you're strong people, and you always know exactly what to do to make yourselves happy. And happiness, indeed, you have the Ten of Cups here. So being able to move from this painful potentially toxic energy into at least stepping into the mindset. Even if you don't see it changing in your reality right now, you know that whatever you think is your reality, right? So by you deciding to walk away from this heartbreak or whatever it is, or connection, by you deciding to leave that decision-making process alone makes you happy and makes you feel more fulfilled and complete in yourself. On the other hand, though, the reality of the situation can still hurt your ego. You have the Ace of Wands and the Empress in reverse. So this could also be hindering you from starting something new because you're discouraged from the past. Don't let that discourage you. The past is the past for a reason, right? You have left the thing already. So don't take it with you into the next thing that you do. And the Empress card, I see it as the Aries card as well because it's the counterpart of the Emperor. But it could also mean Taurus, but I don't really like to focus on signs. But the point is, we showed up in our reading, the Empress, but in reverse, next to the Ace of Wands. So you are going to need some time to kind of recalibrate and recoup from this, even though you guys are speedy and you've decided mentally that you're moving away from this, and maybe you've even physically moved away from this. In your heart, in your soul, you know, we're Aries, we have big hearts. It might still hurt a little bit, and your ego might still be hurt, but it's still somehow brighter than everything else that you went through here. So, dark and murky up here, clarifying, and then down here, this bottom row, in spite of these two being in reverse, they're still bright and colorful. You can see the color contrast between like the gray and then the actual color, like the yellow, the green. So you know that this is where you belong and this is what you deserve, and you have pushed yourself to this point of being ready to start something new, even if you don't really feel it, or you might get, you know, signs that you're not ready or that you can't move forward, but you will. It's just going to take some time to heal. Often Aries wants to move past some kind of shitty feeling so quickly that, you know, you will literally just sprint away from it. But sprinting away is not feeling it, and it's not healing it, and it's not confronting it, right? So you've successfully separated yourself from whatever this negativity was, but you still have yet to let go of it, bringing it into this newness that you're entitled to. Because look, you have the Ten of Cups, Ace of Wands in reverse, and the Empress in reverse. We already spoke about that. But these cards are so much more your element, quite literally. But this is exactly where you want to be. You can easily flip these up at any point, right? Reverse cards are just us in reverse, and you can change it. And there is a change coming because you have the Wheel of Fortune here. So, you know, stick to that, your intuition, not your anxious thoughts, because your intuition has what guided you. It's what has guided you out of this situation, and it's what's guided you into this new situation. However, you still need to do some inner healing and block out that anxiety. The Queen of Swords in reverse, I think that's talking about, you know, you need to block out any past fears, past hurts, past experiences with past people, because, you know, the people coming into your life are not going to be the people that have just left it. And I think this is mostly pertaining to a lack of inspiration. Maybe you haven't felt the fire in your belly, or maybe you did in Leo season and now you don't. I think that's more so what it is, because you felt all this great happiness, this awesome lightness in Leo season, and then Virgo season comes and it's like boom, 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 reality hits. And I'm trying to figure out what the right word is, but it's almost as if your expectations they obviously haven't been met, but you have to look at this now to see if your expectations are really realistic. Maybe the reason why you experienced heartbreak was because you had expectations in the first place. Maybe the reason why you experienced this heartbreak was because your expectations and the other person's expectations didn't align, they didn't match, it wasn't the right timing. There's a lot of things for why things don't work out, right? But when Aries is so set on like a specific vision of what it is that they want, hopefully you can hear me, the mic was kind of far, oops. When you can get really specific about what it is that you want, that stubbornness kind of kicks in, and it's like, if it doesn't happen exactly the way that I want it, exactly when I want it to, then it means it's never going to happen, and that means that the universe is telling me I don't deserve it, and that I can't get this, and I can't ever get this. Whoa, slow your roll. And I know, Aries hate the word slow, right? But that's kind of the lesson here. It's like the wheel is turning now to make you look at things from a slower perspective. This isn't Leo season anymore, as we discussed. You can't just jump in full force with your heart. You have to look at the details. You have to look at the logistics. You have to look at the other side. So when it comes to the other side, that's also not a thing that Aries is usually used to, because we're used to our way and what we want and how we see things, and this is the best and this is what I think. But it's showing me that you have to share that experience with other people. In order to have positive experiences with people, it needs to be with people, right? We can't just look at things from an Aries point of view and say, I want it this way, I want you to do this for me, I want this to happen this way, because when it doesn't, then you fall apart. It's not the situation falling apart, it's your ego falling apart. So September, I think, is a very big month for ego death for Aries. It's not going to be fun, but it's going to be what brings you right side up again, because it's a reality check. That's okay. Everyone needs a reality check every once in a while. But this time around, you are more at peace with it, or you are able to make peace with it more because you're wiser, right? High Priestess to me is also wisdom. You've used your wisdom to kind of fast forward your way out of the situation, and you're expecting your wisdom to fast forward your way into healing. But healing doesn't happen like that. The universe is telling you that this is a change of direction for a reason. That it's not just a change of direction, it's a change in how you operate, how you see yourself, how you move, how you deal with things. And look, the two happy cards. They're at least right side up for you right now. You got the Six of Cups and the Ten of Cups. So once you understand the balance of, yes, you already have down the moving away from what's not good for you, right? Like not staying loyal to the wrong people anymore. However, don't block yourself off from people altogether. Because look, there's two people in this picture, there's two people in this picture, and they're both very, very happy. Everything else in here is, or like every other character in these cards is alone. And, oh, except for the Five of Swords. But this is in reverse, and this is the thing that you've moved away from. So this is, Five of Swords in reverse is a positive card. So yeah, there were people in your past that you had to move away from, but don't lump them in with people in the future, because it's not the same energy. And once you can release yourself from that fear of, well, what if this person hurts me the same way this person hurt me? What if this person abandoned me the same way this person abandoned me? Then you'll never flip these cards around. And you'll always kind of sit in it alone. And we can be alone and be happy, but then there's also being alone and being unhappy as well. So I want you to pay attention to the people that you're surrounding yourself with in September. Make sure that they're good for you. Make sure that you are giving the right people a chance and letting the right people in. Make sure that you're not completely blocking yourself off, because I think that's kind of where you're at right now, just to protect yourself, which is fine, but don't stay there, right? Yeah, this is a transition month. And I only say, I mean, it's going to be a very productive month too, just because the universe is kind of forcing you to focus on your work and your health and all that now, because you're no longer experiencing the fun that you had in Leo season, and now it's like, oh shit, now I have to like look at things. So I say that because it's going to feel slow, and anytime things feel slow, I just like to think of it as a transition rather than this is where you're stuck at, because I don't want you guys to think that you're stuck here. You're not. This is just a movement that you have to go through in order to you know, experience this positivity at the end. And it will be very positive. You are going to have very fortunate relationships this month, whether it's romantic or with friends, but I really do see you, you know, taking things really casual. If this is in terms of like dating or whatever, definitely casual, just kind of testing the waters with people, not investing yourself too much, but, you know, it's about finding that balance. Like, don't invest in people too much, but then don't be closed off to people altogether either. So you got to balance your work, you got to balance your romance, you got to balance your friends, your health. But to be honest, romantic relationships should be on the back burner, especially if this happened recently. You're going to need that time to heal. You can't fast forward your way out of heartbreak, right? Even though you've already done that mentally, physically, emotionally, you still need to heal. And if you really want to accelerate that, then really, really focus on yourself. Really focus on your work and your health. Mostly just because that's what's being lit up this month is your sixth house. Sorry. So I know it like kind of gets really old whenever people tell you to like work on yourself, but it really is true. Like, nothing else can happen until the inside is healed, right? So this is where we're going, Aries. Well, this is where we're going, but you have to find that balance. Okay. So I will see you in October. If you want a personal reading, I will put the link down in the description. If you don't want a personal reading, but you still want to get like, you know, cool tarot readings every now and then, I do free daily tarot readings on my Instagram, which I'll also put down below. So yeah, comment what's happening with your life. You can email me, you can DM me, let me know. Have a good month.